100% the Jasberry culture, like the team culture. I don't think I've ever experienced something like that, you know? Jasberry has, you wouldn't really expect that from a team of like, 8 to 10 people. Sawadee Krap, my name is Mounir. I'm a rising junior studying global development at Cornell University. Yeah, I think Jasberry was really interesting to me straight from the beginning because it kind of stood at the cross sections of impacting both consumer health globally, transforming the lives of farmers, smallholder farmers all over Thailand, and then also transforming the environment, like the way agriculture is typically done in the rice industry is extremely extractive. And so through regenerative agriculture, I really resonated with the mission of Jasberry. Yeah, so straight from day one, I was thrown into the TIFEX food show, which is one of the biggest food shows, international food shows in Southeast Asia. And so I was thrown into this environment where you have corporations and companies from all over the world presenting their products. And it was a really unique experience for me to be able to learn about the various, stages of product development and just aspects of the business, from the food co-ops, to the distributors, to the brands, to the importers, exporters, international buyers, and I had the chance to talk to a lot of different people. And in my first week, I think I learned a lot about the business that I wouldn't have been able to if I had just sat in an office. And so I took a lot from that experience. The week after, I was tasked with contacting a lot of the leads, researching a lot of the leads that we made, international buyers, distributors, potential customers, and so that was a really unique experience for me. And then I was able to kind of follow that from meeting these people all the way to forming meetings with them, possible business relationships. So that was really invaluable for me. From then I expanded to other things. Jasberry has some future product development plans, and so they were searching for some manufacturers overseas that would be capable of producing these products. So I was tasked with researching manufacturers, contacting them, having meetings with them, and then overseeing that whole process, which was also really educational for me. And then also one of my major tasks was funding. So obviously Jasberry currently is at a smaller stage and they're looking to scale. So I was tasked with looking for investors, whether that be through individual investors or various international grant opportunities, venture capital. And so that was also a really enriching experience for me to learn about how a brand like Jasberry attains funding and investment, and everything that goes with that. In between there's also a lot of different tasks, customer relations, sales. There's a lot of emails replying to, that comes with the business. And then one experience that was really tremendous was I had the chance to go to Chiang Rai, which is a region in northern Thailand, and I was able to meet the farmers that actually grow the Jasberry rice and talk to the people overseeing the whole operation, seeing how the rice grows from the sprouts all the way to the full plant, how the harvest is done, the various aspects of regenerative agriculture. So that was a really great experience for me, and I really got to see, how does this product come from the seed, to a place like TIFEX, to getting distributed internationally all over the world. So I think in the span of 8 weeks, I got access to the full range of the business from top to bottom, the whole supply chain, the whole value chain, and all the experiences that go with it, with communication and marketing and all of that. So it was really great. One of the great things about working here was the great mentorship that I had at Jasberry. The Jasberry culture really emphasizes camaraderie. And so everyone is there not only for your professional development, but also your personal development, which I thought was a really gratifying experience and something that I wouldn't have gotten everywhere. Number two is, the intricacies of running a food business with a social mission. It's really different when you're creating a brand that has a clear line between the product and helping the farmers, helping the environment, and nutrition, obviously. So you have to make sure that you create the link for the consumer between your product and this higher mission. And so that was a really great work experience for me as well. And then lastly, obviously life in Bangkok, it's a mega city, 14 million people, one of the biggest growing cities in the world. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, and then also traveling internationally. I went to Taiwan for a bit, and then all around regionally in Thailand. It's a beautiful country, so I got to see a lot of that. So I think one of the best parts was definitely the people. The Jasberry team is a very dynamic, kind, welcoming team. They're also all local, it's a Thai-led team, so I got both the cultural exchange as well as the professional experience, which was really great. And then I think another part that made the experience what it is the time at which I joined Jasberry. Jasberry is at a very crucial point where they're expanding very quickly. They have a clear growth plan. And it's very interesting to come at this point where they're about to become, they have such a big, bright potential. And they've obviously had like a really bright legacy, but in this point where I came, I could really see the bright future that they have ahead as well. So it was really motivating to see that and to be part of that, contribute a little bit to that growth in the background was really unique. Okay, it was 100% the Jasberry culture, like the team culture. I don't think I've ever experienced something like that, Jasberry you wouldn't really expect that from a team of 8 to 10 people, but it has a very clear team culture that's, very family oriented. Everyone's there for each other. We all eat meals together, share meals every day. There's no better way of forming bonds than over a meal every day. And yeah, everyone is really a comrade. People share stories back home, what's going on. It's not just work, you're in your cubicle. It's a very clear Jasberry culture, and even after you leave Jasberry, you'll always feel like you're part of that culture. And yeah, that's definitely the most unexpected part. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it really showed me the potential of what could be, The Jasberry model it's not really complicated. The farmers are winning and the consumers are winning. And that's a model that I want to see everywhere. And it's not widely done, In a lot of cases, it's just a select few that are winning while the majority are not. So I don't know what form this will take place, what shape or how I will do it. But I definitely know that in the future, I want a similar mission, and I want to achieve that somehow for sure. I do. Khop Khap. It was my first time in Asia, first time in Thailand, obviously. Everyone's super welcoming, super helpful, always there for anything I needed, and obviously that's part of the team culture. And yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better team. So I'm very grateful to everyone for having me, and thank you so much. Yeah, so first of all, stay longer than I did. I only stayed for 8 weeks because it was part of my university summer internship program. But yeah, I got a lot from the experience, and it was really gratifying. But I think I could also get that much more over a longer time, more time for training, more time to learn about the business, about the social mission, everything. So yeah, number 1 tip, stay longer. Number 2, be curious, ask a lot of questions. Especially when you're first coming into this, even if they explain everything to you, not everything will be covered. So anything that piques your interest, especially the ones that you really want to focus on, ask a lot of questions about that, especially at the beginning, because that's the fastest way to learn quickly about what you're doing, about what Jasberry is doing. Yeah, so be curious, ask a lot of questions. At the end of the day, just enjoy your life, enjoy Thailand, get some Thai milk tea. Jasberry has a bright future ahead of itself. It was a great experience, and I hand the baton to the next intern.